Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of my 2020 garden. Today I'm going to be planting potatoes. You know, potatoes, mash them, fry them, put them in a stew. I've got some potatoes that survived the winter in storage, but they started growing eyes. So instead of going out and buying seed potatoes, since we're not supposed to go out right now anyway, I decided that I would put these ones back in the ground. There's no reason why I can't put them back in the ground. So let me show you what I've got going on here. Okay, I have three big pots. This one, and this one. These are 25-gallon pots. And they are filled with soil. Last year they had peppers in them. And this year, peppers of marigolds actually. This year I'm going to put potatoes in them. I'm not going to dump out the soil. I'm just going to amend it. And the way I'm going to mend it is I've got some black cow fertilizer. I really like this stuff. It's mild but nutritious, if that makes any sense. I've got some bone meal, which is full of phosphorus, which you need for root vegetables. I've got some straw to put on top to keep them nice and moist and keep the color out. And then I have my seed potatoes. And if you look at these, you can see there's quite a green tinge to them. Like, look at this one. How green that is. And they're still hard, so there's no reason why I can't plant them. Over here I have some blue potatoes. So I've basically had these potatoes sitting in my greenhouse in the light just to see if they're going to chit or not. And these little growths on them, or eyes as we call them, are called chits. And that's where the potato plant comes from. It's from that chit. Now while it's really nice out here right now, in the next day or two, we are going to have a bunch of rain, and then it's going to get really cold. So instead of trying to keep these warm in the house, I just want to get them in the soil, because as long as they're in the ground, they'll be fine, even in these pots, because just for a few days of cold weather, these pots are not going to freeze solid. They probably won't even get below freezing. So I really kind of want to get these in, even though I would like to wait just a little bit longer until these are just a little bit more advanced. But they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They're potatoes. They'll be fine. So let me amend the soil first. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is amend the soil. I like to use my little shovel. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about a good inch, maybe 2 on each pot. So if you're wondering why I'm not picking these bags up, they're 50 pounds a piece. 50 pounds is a lot for me. And it's really wet. I mean, look at that. Really wet. I've got a good inch of black cow in here. Now I want to mix it up. Now I'm going to put these potatoes in here. I want to go down about 6 inches. This ground is really loose, so I can very easily do that. If your ground isn't as loose, use a bulb planter and just dig down, pull it out, and then set your potato in there. That works really well. I use this a lot for planting potatoes. So we're gonna put blue potatoes in this. You want to put them, every potato has a heel and a crown. Here's the crown, here's the heel. We'll knock that one off. And you want to put them heel down. And you can usually tell by how the sprouts grow which way to put them in. This potato you can see is oozing. This is not a good potato to use. So I've got them here. Now I'm going to top dress them with some more cow manure. And I'm also going to add some bone meal. And I'm just going to top dress it. Then I'm going to put straw on top. This cuts down weeds. And it keeps, like if any potatoes try to push through the top, it keeps it nice and dark. And just because it's windy today, I'm gonna wet this straw. Now I'm going to do the other two. That is it. That's all there is to planting potatoes. You can plant them all the way down to a 5-gallon bucket and still get a pretty good harvest of potatoes. Or you can put them in the ground in your garden. Now a lot of people I've noticed are doing where you don't have to plant them really deep and hill them and do all that kind of stuff. But there still are a lot of gardeners out there who do it by the traditional method of using the hill and everything. Now for the record, there are 2 types of potatoes out there, just like there are 2 types of tomatoes, and both are in the nightshade family. So there is a determinate and an indeterminate variety. As far as I can tell from my research, I've threw the bag out last year. The blue potatoes are a determinate variety, and the Kennebec whites are an indeterminate variety. So the indeterminate varieties are the types that you want to hill. However, I don't. I just throw them in a pot and let them grow because I don't have the space to put them in a regular in-ground garden. They just take up too much space. I don't have that kind of time because I work full-time and it's just too much work for me. So growing them in the pots is just so easy for me because you throw them in the pots and let them grow. And I usually get more than enough potatoes for myself. Now, throughout the summer, the straw is going to break down and the soil is going to settle. So you have to, I'm always kind of sticking my finger in the pot to check to see if I can feel any potatoes near the surface. If I can, and this is usually about July, middle to end of July, and if I can feel potatoes under the surface, then I add more straw, because you don't want the potatoes exposed to light or they'll turn green. Now the other thing that I didn't do here is you should give these a really good drink. We are expecting inches of rain between tonight and tomorrow, so I decided I would let Mother Nature water them instead of watering them myself. So they'll be fine until Mother Nature waters them. Potatoes you can also put in the ground before your last frost. As long as the ground is thawed out, you can put potatoes in the ground, and they do really well. Here I'm in southeastern Wisconsin, zone 5A. So I usually put my potatoes in the ground here in by April 15th. And it gives me an early August harvest. And that works out really well, because normally I go on vacation the first week of August, and I usually bring potatoes along on vacation. If you're interested to watch these potatoes and see how they're doing throughout the year and watch the different growing stages that they go through, click on that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, and you can follow along each and every episode. So until next time, stay safe, take care of each other, and happy gardening, everybody. Bye-bye.